Hello everybody, my name is Catalyst. I know it's been a super long time since I have recorded anything, but today I have something super exciting to share with you guys. This is Katt's Ornithology. This is something that I have been working on for a very long time and I am super excited to share with you today. As you might guess from the name, this is a bird-themed mod, and at this point in time, it adds 7 new birds to the game of Minecraft. The first bird is the songbird, and this can be found in different forests and comes in 4 different variants. There is the hummingbird, which can be found in flower forests, sunflower plains, and meadows. There's the toucan, which can be found in jungles. The penguin, which can be found in snowy biomes. The crow, which can be found in dark forests. The pelican, which can be found in swamps and on beaches. And the cardinal, which is the newest mob and can also be found in forests. So let's take a look at the mobs. I'll just come right over here to do it. And first we'll look at the songbird. And as you can see, the songbirds come in a couple of different variants based on different real-life bird species. You've got chickadees, we have goldfinches, we have the oriole, and then there's a rarer one. Gotta get lucky and spawn it. There we go. The 4th one is the bluebird, and all these ones will spawn randomly in forests and will sing some wonderful songs if you come across them in the wild. Another one, the next one, is the hummingbird, and this one is pretty fast. You see, it's just a little guy, but they tend to zoom really quickly in between different flowers, like how real hummingbirds do, and then they'll just hover in the air once they find a place to rest. And those guys, they never stop moving. You'll always find them zipping around the biomes that they inhabit. The next one we'll look at is the toucan. They got the long bill that you might expect. And you can find those guys in jungles. Penguin is next. And these guys, pretty standard emperor penguin. They have pretty standard baby emperor penguins too. And these guys can be found in icy biomes, in tundras, and on icebergs. And they will, they'll waddle around, they'll slide on the ice. There you go, you can see one waddling right now. But these guys are kind of my favorite birds that I've added so far, I think. As for sort of the newer birds, we've added the crow, and these guys you can find in dark forests. We have the cardinal, which can be found in forests. It's got that nice, distinct red coat. The final mob that we'll be taking a look at right now is the pelican, and I've saved this one for last because it has some unique behavior. It is the only tameable bird that I've added, and it can be tamed using fish, cod or salmon, both work. And as you can see, it tames just like any normal animal. It should eventually love me, I hope. There we go. And the interesting thing about the pelican is that it can hold up to 1 stack of items in its beak. So I have this wood here. I'm just going to pass it the wood, and there we go. Now you can see he's got the enlarged beak, just like that. And then I can simply right click to get it out, right click to put it back in. If I want to make the pelican sit, I can shift right click and unshift like that, and that won't disturb anything. And if I still want to breed him without him eating my fish, that works too. And you see I can make him shift. The one issue is you can't get the pelican to hold fish, but I guess that makes sense because the guy would just eat it all anyway. So that's it for the mobs, and you'll notice each mob drops its own feather. And as you can see, it's telling me to hold shift for more information on the feather, but we will get to that in a later section. First, let's take a look at the blocks and items in this mod. So as it stands right now, there is the bird feeder and there is sugar water, and they both serve a similar purpose of attracting different kinds of birds. The bird feeder can attract the songbird, the toucan, the crow, and the cardinal, since they all eat seeds. So I'll demonstrate how that works now. Let's say I just want to, I'll put it right here. See, I place down the bird feeder, and now birds like seeds, so I'm going to take some seeds and I'm just going to fill it up. And as you can see, you can fill it up all the way up to the top, and then after a little bit, there they come. They're not exactly subtle about it, birds within 64 blocks will be attracted towards the bird feeder, and each bird that comes to the feeder has a chance of eating out of it and falling in love when they do. The next item is sugar water, and this can be crafted in a crafting table from 1 sugar and from 1 bottle of water like this. So let's say we put the 2 things in. It's a shapeless crafting recipe, so you can do it whichever way you like. And holding this should attract hummingbirds. They might have zoomed too far away now to come back. You see the guys over there. He's not going to be able to see it, but let's put one down and hold out the sugar water. And the hummingbird's just so excited, zipping around. But if you can click on it, you see they will fall in love. And if we were to do this in survival mode as well, you can see that it will just take the sugar water and I will get back the empty glass bottle. So with those things out of the way, let's take a look at some of the more exciting new game mechanics that are introduced as a result of this mod. So the first thing you'll see here is the crafting recipe for the aeronaut's table. So you see we've got 4 planks and then 2 feathers on the top, and it gives you an aeronaut's table that looks like this. And if we put that down and we take a look in it, we get this seemingly very complex UI. You see sliders for speed, glide, endurance, and shield, and you might be thinking, well, what does that all mean? And I'm going to explain that part now. So, in addition to all these lovely birds, Katt's Ornithology introduces the Wingsuit, which can be crafted from an Elytra and 8 feathers like this. If you do that, you get a wingsuit like this. And then, as it stands right now, the wingsuit just functions like a standard Elytra. You can fly. It's identical in this state to a vanilla Elytra in terms of how it flies. But if you upgrade it by using different feathers from all the different birds, you can apply different bonuses to the wingsuit and get a faster flight, for example. So if you hold shift over any feather in the mod, you'll see you get a list of modifiers for when you apply that feather to a wingsuit. The songbird feather gives plus 5% speed per feather you apply. The hummingbird feather, of course, since hummingbirds are so fast, gives plus 25% speed, but gives drop-offs in other categories. And all the different feathers give different bonuses and drawbacks, and those will affect your wingsuit's flight. So to demonstrate that, I'll take the hummingbird feather, since that's the most fun one going so fast. And we take our wingsuit and we pop it in the table, and then we can fill in the slots. And as you can see, the bars on the right side will adjust. And each tick is about 5% total. Each pixel that the bar increases or decreases is about a 5% modifier. And then once we take the wingsuit out of the table and take a look at it, we'll see that our wingsuit now has plus 200% speed, minus 20% glide, minus 80% endurance, and minus 40% shield. So why don't we go and test that right now? So I've flown up to the top of the mountain. I was just right over there before, but now I'm on the top of this mountain and I'm in survival mode, so you can see the difference in endurance as well as the difference in speed. So we're just gonna put on a vanilla Elytra and we're just gonna take a quick flight down so you can remember how the normal Elytra flies. And this is pretty good. In vanilla, there was a hummingbird that just whizzed right past me, and you can get a nice boost off the ground as you do that. And this is pretty standard. This is just as it is in vanilla. Everyone's kind of used to this, but let's fly back and let's see how the same flight looks with the wingsuit. And another thing that we can look at is we can look at and say, okay, we lost about 24 points of durability during that flight. Let's put on our super fast, very fragile wingsuit, and let's see what happens when we do the same flight. And as you can see, right away, we are flying much faster. And this is an incredible flying experience. I love doing this in creative. It's so much fun. There is one significant drawback, which you'll probably remember that I already discussed, and that is the endurance. Now look at how fast the durability of this wingsuit is dying down. So while this might be an incredible flight experience, it's not just a solution to everything. You still have to either put some unbreaking on your wingsuit, or you have to mix and match with other different types of feathers. So as demonstrated in that flight, speed affects the speed at which you travel, and endurance affects the durability of the wingsuit. Glide is a little bit weirder, and it affects your ability to keep speed without decelerating. And shield affects the amount of damage you take when you run into a wall or another surface. And with that, that is all the content that Katt's Ornithology currently contains. There is still more planned. There is a big release in the works right now, and that will probably be enough to push to the full release of the mod. We are currently at update 0.4.1 at the time of recording. That's available on CurseForge right now. Link is in the description. But the next major update will include several more birds. It will include reworks to some of the models. It will include all sorts of things, and I am super excited to share this continual progress with you. I will be posting updates on this channel as we get closer to that point. But that is all for today, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.